Hi, I wanted to share something today with you that if you live in a part of the country like I do, where you get full-blown winter, maybe you want to be studying something that has to do with growing plants or things like that, that there's another option. Obviously, you can start things from seeds, and kids do that all the time. But a few years ago, I did a project where the kids grew something by propagation. And so if you're not familiar with that, propagation is the breeding of specimens by natural process from parent. So that's something that's already established. If you don't have a seed, then maybe you have something like a succulent plant where you just pop off one of the leaves and start to grow a whole new plant. So I started doing that a while back. My daughter's plants weren't doing so well, the little succulent she had. So I plucked off a couple of leaves and put them on a wet paper towel on a little plate, like a little saucer, and put it in the window. Every few days or so, I just make sure that that paper towel is moist, and you can see we're well into the process here. I've got some things that look like shriveled up leaves here on the right, and then one that has still some more moisture in it, but you can get a real close look that looks like a whole new succulent plant that's growing. So propagation is taking off one of those already established leaves from the parent plant, and you really don't have to do much to it. Give it a little water every once in a while, because these types of plants obviously hold moisture. So there's a lot of water in there that's helping it to survive right now, but then also the wet paper towel is allowing these new roots that are growing to kind of give it some more life. So pretty soon here, I'm going to be putting them in some potting soil, and they'll just continue to take off. Any established plant, like a succulent here, you just pluck off one leaf and you can start a whole new plant. So if you want to use it for science, then you would do that. Maybe have your child draw a picture of just the single leaf sitting on a wet paper towel. And then every few days or even once a week, your child will draw a new picture, kind of explain what's going on. If they're too little to write, then you would write that for them. Say, hey, what does this look like that's different from last time? And, when they articulate that, you write it down, showing that their words, actually can be put down in print. And that's something for like little beginning readers and writers. But an older student, they're able to make those observations and write it down themselves. So anyway, if you wanted to have an idea of something, you're like, I've done the seed thing, or maybe you didn't even know about this option, this is something you can do with other plants, which would be a little more involved, because it's, splicing a plant and cutting off something and, letting the roots grow. But succulents are so hardy that it's really easy to take that plant through this process and kind of see where it ends up. So anyway, I hope you guys like this idea. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments there, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Thanks.